Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching and clicking on the video. As you know that I do stream these podcasts also live over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/IFC_jkidd808. This is where we're going to film all of the CommonHeads podcasts from now on. But also, I'm still fairly new, so there was a little bit of a mishap. I'm very sorry to our guest Lizzy, because usually I do check up on these as I go live, but something just kind of messed up where we just lost audio for the first half. But I fixed it and we moved forward with the rest of the podcast. So if you guys do enjoy the podcast, be sure to leave a like, comment on the video, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in future episodes. Take care, everybody. Peace and love. Too sweet. I'm gonna catch you guys later.
Yo! This one's a stupid hole. Don't you know the sniper saying? One shot, one kill.
Best fucking game ever!
It's over.
Damn, bro. Damn it, jkidd.
Jesus Christ.
Look, this is going to be trial and error.
Lord,
ladies
this
and
is
gentlemen.
the second
Oh my
podcast he's
God.
done this.
Third part. What third?
Third? Oh
Third.
God, third.
Well, I'll be damned.
Not like this. Not like this night.
Not like this.
God.
Let's go ahead and
No.
we can't redo that whole thing, but let me do the intro. Let me do the
Jesus
intro once again.
Christ.
I'm so sorry. But hey, if you're here live, you saw it live. You saw the main attraction live. But welcome to the CommonHeads podcast with my co-host S-Fangs and the Cheesecake Man and our guest of honor is LIZZYTOMANIA. Hey, if you guys saw it live, bless yourselves, because
Hello.
you guys got to see the grand entrance of a full cosplay here. But
You
for
ain't shit.
LIZZYTOMANIA. But let's go ahead.
Trying to be cute, head ass.
You know what? Let's go ahead and ask that. Let's go ahead. Okay, so you know what? If you saw it live, that's fine. So give us a little bit of. We know where you're from now, from Detroit.
From Detroit. Yeah.
But let's get a little bit of a summary about yourself. Like,
I live in New York. Currently, I live in the Bronx. And yeah, I think I officially had been cosplaying since 2009. My very first cosplay was Maka from Soul Eater. I had a 7-foot scythe.
oh
So-
snap!
Oh yeah, no, I was very serious even back then. I think Maka was like my very first closet cosplay because it was so easy to put together. It was just like a skirt, a sweater, a tie. Back when Hot Topic was the real Hot Topic and not
Not the generic
generational.
one.
Yeah, not generational Hot Topic.
Mhm.
It was very easy to get my hands on a giant black trench coat that I absolutely miss. I have no clue what happened to that coat. I think I lost it in the move here, or it might be in a box, but yeah, so I went from there. I think my next cosplays after that were Chie, Code Geass, God.
Lifeline? When did
Hmm?
Lifeline come in?
Lifeline? I don't know about Lifeline. I
oh,
might do
wait.
Loba before I do
Wait.
Lifeline.
Wait, I
Loba.
thought- Is
That
your PFP
Loba.
on your Twitch not Lifeline?
No,
I
it's
didn't
not.
know. Oh, red hair. I didn't know. I thought it was Lifeline. I don't know. why I thought
No,
Lifeline.
that's my Morgan.
Oh, oh. Now okay. I get Lifeline and Morgan so much.
Now you've been hip, my friend. I mean, like, I know I ain't really been like around the cosplay, you know, like jkidd has, but even I could tell that was Morgan, man.
I'm
Come on.
sorry. I Morgan is.
Trust me, I know my Morgan, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to
You don't
say
know my
Lifeline and
Morgan.
Morgan don't
I
look
don't-
anything
I don't-
alike.
I don't.
Soul
saw the red-
Fist.
I didn't
Soul
know
Fist.
Morgan- I didn't know Morgan had red hair.
No, that was
that was
that
Lizzy.
that cosplay was actually a fiasco. So
Oh, okay.
that was Magfest. Jesus, my first Magfest, I think, which was 2018.
Oh wow.
And we had packed everything, and it was so, I don't like being rushed when I'm trying to like get stuff together. So when I was trying to like get all my stuff together, we inadvertently were like picking up a bunch of other people. So I actually forgot my green wig for Morgan, but I had the red wig. So for one day, I was like alternate colored Morgan.
Alternate
And
color
then-
number 2.
And then the next day, I went to a wig shop in the area, in like the DC area, and picked up a silver wig and some green hairspray. And the next day, I was appropriate color Morgan.
Okay.
You improvised in a situation where you were rushed.
Yo,
I
but
respect
red haired
that.
Morgan was fucking life. I love the pictures I took as that shit. Like,
Fire.
it's fucking
Respect.
fire.
Respect.
But yeah, ever since like 2009, I think they've become like, I've tried to make them a little more and more intricate, and like tried to like stick to as close to the reference as I can. I'm all for people like doing their own thing and putting their own twists on cosplays. I myself personally tried to be as close to the original material as possible. Aside from redheaded Morgan. So there's that. But probably after this last Magfest, which was 2019, was the very last con I attended before the Fire Nation attacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
the year of Covidicus took over.
Yep.
Leviticus, yes.
The year of
There
Covidicus
was-
took over, and there was no
Man.
more Evo, no more offline events.
Jesus, dude.
I don't even want to
Yeah.
get into that, man. Ugh. Sad.
My soul hurts. Just traveling and like cosplaying in general, my soul hurts. So
CEO got announced for December 3rd through the 5th.
I did see.
I'm going.
There are
I want to go.
I'm
I
going.
want to go. I want to go.
I don't know.
Plus it's in
I'm
Orlando,
not-
dude.
Yep.
I'm not ready for you want to go to Florida in the middle of a Covidicus. Okay.
I mean, I'm
Mask-
vaccinated.
mask
to be
on.
fair. I
Yeah,
got
Mask
both
on,
shots,
dog. I saw
so-
mask
Yeah,
on.
exactly. I'm wearing a mask and I got my shots. I'm good. Trust me. I would like to go to these events in better circumstances. But I mean, I have to be in a house for about a year and soon to be a half.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I need to be free. I
He
gotta
said
spread
I'm
my wings,
tired.
damn it.
I wanna
Yeah.
go out to these offline events as well and compete. Lizzy wants to go out to these offline cons and whatever it is, wherever she wants to go, and go ahead and show off them cosplays, because we all know
She been working
in our
behind the scenes. I know she
community,
has. Yeah, look
we
at
all
her.
know in our
Yeah,
community,
she got the blueprint.
she works hard on a lot of her cosplays. She definitely puts in a lot of work. I've stuck by in her streams when she was making said cosplays. So let me go ahead and ask, what was your first anime and what actually sparked the interest of cosplays?
I think it's like one of those atypical, like, oh yeah, Sailor Moon DBZ was my first anime. I think Dragon Ball on WB was probably one of the first ones. I know I'll say one of the first ones that I knew it was anime. So regular Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon were probably the first ones I knew was anime and actively watched it. The first ones I'd probably ever seen was like on HBO, which was like Project Echo, Dirty Pair, Wicked City, which I shouldn't have seen as a kid. Those are probably those are probably some of the first ones I'd ever seen, and just knew it was a cartoon, but it wasn't like any of the other cartoons I'd ever watched. So yeah, probably right after that. Like, I was one of those kids that like we used the TV remotes to try and transform when Sailor Moon transformed. Just really corny.
Yo, tell me I wasn't the only one that used the TV remote for my Rose as Tuxedo Mask, dog. Tell me I wasn't the
Oh
only
my
one.
god.
Tell me I wasn't the only one that was being my boy Tuxedo Mask with the Rose.
Motherfucker
and
over here
just-
talking about some.
Yeah. My work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
Exactly. You just stood there and just said some words and made her do stuff. That's it.
For real.
Give her encouragement, dog.
Yeah.
Man, whatever, bro.
Emotional
gotta get
support.
in that
He,
fight.
he's her emotional support person.
Apparently, she in love with the man, so yeah.
But yeah, right after that, I think, I'd actually fallen off of the Dragon Ball train, and one of my oldest friends. This was how long ago it was. The Boo saga hadn't even aired yet. And she wanted to get me caught up before it aired on Toonami. So we ran through everything DBZ like over a summer to get caught up before the Boo saga dropped. I was hooked after that. I was waiting on Toonami to fucking like get their shit together because I was tired of waiting.
Ooh,
So yeah, that was, oh god, I remember when One Piece first aired when they were still single digit episodes.
Oh,
I remember the
man.
ocean dub, man. Oh God.
Yo, that
Ocean-
4-kid shit. What?
Yeah, man. Like what the
Yeah,
giving Sanji a
One Piece,
lollipop.
Shaman King. Oh god, what else used to fucking, because it was like a whole block on like WB when 4-Kids dropped stuff, because it was also
Mhm.
like in daytime it was anime, because at night it was like fucking Mummies Alive and like Extreme Ghostbusters and shit like that. Yeah, do you remember that shit?
I
Mhm.
think I remember
I remember
Mummies
that.
Alive.
Yeah,
I
Mummies
remember Mummies Alive
Alive.
clear.
They would
SWAT Cats,
transform.
too.
Yeah, SWAT Cats. They would transform.
SWAT Cats was fire, dog. I ain't gonna lie. SWAT Cats was
Yes.
fire.
Yeah, Mummies Alive was like, what was it? In the Name of Ra or something like that. They would transform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit like that. So
That was lit, man.
Man, I got
Knight says thigh cam. I'm not giving you a thigh cam. That's OnlyFans.
yeah, that's for the OnlyFans.
Yeah. So, God, I think right after that, I think after high school, like when you kind of hit that point where you're trying to figure out who the fuck you are and where you belong on this planet.
Mhm.
Probably when I started getting friends that were like more really into wanting to cosplay and like kind of really with the shits in like supporting each other and stuff. I had a friend, like we just started watching Soul Eater at that time. And it was so fucking good when it first aired, dude. I was really like, I think I watched it first in Japanese, and it's probably one of the few animes that I actually liked in Japanese. I'm a dirty dub person. I don't enjoy having to read while, especially if it's an anime that's full of action. I want to see what the fuck is going on. So I don't really care to read that much. Some I do actually prefer the Japanese over the English. Soul Eater was one of them. I felt like the Japanese voice actors sounded much more closer to the characters than the English dub ever did. So there's that. But we really got into Soul Eater. And I think this was before it even fucking made it to the US, because the only way you could watch it was subbed at the time, I think. So he was Soul, and I was Maka, and we had like, it was like 2 weeks before our very first con, which was my hometown con, YumaCon, and it used to be in its old hotel before it got way too big and had to be moved to another hotel. But it took me 2 weeks to make that scythe, which it actually wasn't really hard, but I was looking back on it, I was kind of surprised that I even managed to do it. Because the day before, so you know how a scythe looks, it's obviously the curved blade and then the handle. So where the blade meets the handle, I made out of paper towel roll, and not knowing that foam and paper mache kind of was a little heavy. When I finally put it together and took my first swing, the blade fell off.
Oh.
So I was kind of, man, I was panicking. I was panicking the day before, and I was spazzing out. So my mom actually was like, "No, like we'll figure this out." So she was the one that hit me to this phone called Great Stuff. Usually use it for insulation and shit like that and housing. So we grate stuffed, we put another tube on it, but we added grate stuff to it to keep it in place, and let it dry overnight. And I sanded it down and repainted it, and it held up. It worked well enough to get it to and from the con. And after that, I was like, I gotta redo this. I can't do this again. So there was a Scythe Mach 2 where I got a larger piece of PVC. What the hell? All right, hold on. I gotta go answer the door.
Oh, the door
Oh,
kid.
God.
Ring the
Intermission.
doorbell. so obviously I'm gonna edit this, but basically like, that's pretty cool that she has the support from the parents and stuff. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
not a lot of
That's cool.
not a lot of people can get that straight up support like that. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean, and I mean, I was in similar conditions like way before I moved out here. You know, like I mean, like the thought of me even going to locations other than where I'm from and competing is telling my mom this like way after high school. She looked at me like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, look, mom, you know I love gaming. I mean, if there's a chance I can go do traveling or whatever the case may be to go and compete and everything else.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to do it.
It's rough when they aren't
Yeah. So Liz,
super
we
supportive
just
like that.
Yeah, we just said like
know.
it's really cool that there's a support system for you like that because
No,
not a lot
yeah,
of people
for
can
sure.
definitely get it.
I mean, that took years though, to be honest. Whether it be friend groups or like even parental support, like it wasn't something that came instantaneously. For sure. It was, and even now it's still something that continues to be improved upon. Like it's really hard, especially when it's like a parental thing. Like having friends that support you is cool, and it's one of those things that you also have to kind of take with a grain of salt, because I have plenty of friends that are like, yeah, you should make stuff, or you should cosplay this, or you should do this, and you should do that. And it's like, it's easy for you to suggest stuff or tell me what I should and shouldn't do, but are you going to actually help me get any of this stuff? Like, are you going to supply materials? Are you going to put me out there? Like, are you going to be sharing my stuff and things like that? And that's really kind of what I had to learn, honestly, this past year and a half, is really just having people that are like, yo, I'm with the shits, like really with it. Like, you need to check this person out, like go see this shit, blah blah blah. Not just be like, hey, I have a suggestion for you. Or yeah, you can do it. You should totally go do this. Like, okay, well, what if I can't?
Yeah.
What if I don't have the means to do what it is that you feel that I can do? Like, are you gonna help with that? You know, like stuff like
Right.
that. So but yeah, it's definitely it's not as easy as I make it sound, believe me.
Right. Nothing is ever easy. Nothing is ever easy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like crafting always has been kind of like I didn't really mind doing. Like I always like being a very hands-on person. Oh, that's what it was. I was talking about the second version of the site. So normally it was just the foam blade and a PVC pipe. And when I redid it, I got a larger piece of pipe and cut a slit in it so that I could fit the blade into it and then put that on top of the pole. Yeah, that made it much more sturdier, easier to break down and things like that. So kind of improving on stuff like that. And kind of trying to find characters that I really resonate with, or like feel like, okay, this is a character that I definitely feel like is me or a part of my ego personified. Like is definitely definitely something that will draw me to a character. And then, you know, you have a lot of hit and misses, especially if you're a cosplayer of color. I retired Jessica Rabbit, one, because the cons that I was going to, not enough people recognized her. They weren't old enough to even know who she was. And two, the ones that did kind of recognize me didn't recognize me because of the color of my skin. So it's hard. It's hard being a Black cosplayer unless you do something to really make yourself stand out. Like, unless you do something amazing or it goes viral, it's not easy remotely close to it. Like, there's plenty of people, and there are plenty of like very viral famous Black cosplayers, but it's also one of those things where you have to tell yourself, okay, we've all seen, you know, the Vampies, the Yayas, the Jessica Negris. We've also seen all the K-Bears, you know, all of the, you know, Chrissies and, you know, things like that. And that's all well and good. You know, the Kiara Pleases and really retweeting those people. But you also have to remember to support the little people. They all had to start somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
It being you retweet them or you support them because they're already popular is great. I'm not saying don't. What I'm saying is that, you know, they're going to get their bajillion retweets and likes regardless. You know, try and, you know, it's like one of those support your local shops kind of things. Like, don't, you know, buy locally. Yeah, like, don't necessarily have to go to a big store to go and buy what it is that you're looking for. You know, so retweet the small people and shit like that, and be supportive of stuff like that. And whether you think that like retweeting or favoriting isn't support, it definitely is, because it gives them visibility. You know, it lets, you know, their stuff be seen by people that you follow that they may not necessarily follow, and things like that. So I have almost a moment every other month where it's like, you know what, fuck cosplay, fuck streaming, like all this shit, like I don't give a fuck because the algorithm ain't built for me, you know.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's hard to really kind of be your biggest cheerleader sometimes, because sometimes you don't always feel like it, you know. So there's that. But I have somehow made it through last year. I am itching to just be out in the world and show off cosplays. I also feel like I really need to get my body into shape for a lot of the cosplays I want to do. That's my own personal issues, but but I do have a ton of stuff still in the works. I haven't started anything on Urbosa yet, aside from the wig. I do have a cosplay that is finished. It's just logistics is an issue right now. Yeah. But this is also one that S Fangs would probably appreciate too. So there's that one's been really under wraps. I haven't given too many clues as to who that could be or what it is. Yeah. But the closest to that out of the three of you guys is only S Fangs will know that one. So
yeah.
I haven't thought of anything for Genshin though. I haven't been able to peg myself in a character in Genshin yet. Who the fuck is messaging me? I'm recording. God damn. Jesus. I hear the Facebook notification going off and I'm like, would you shut the fuck up? God damn.
So like, I know we're all in this together. We're all basically these we're still considered small creators, you know what I mean? And we all
I'm gonna stop you right there. I've been saying this since last year. We are not by any means small. We are and always will be content creators. Forget the small shit. Get that out your head. We are not small. We out here doing what everybody else is doing. Just because we ain't famous like everybody else is, don't mean we small. Okay. Right. So I'm telling you and whoever else needs to hear this. If you are just now starting out, if you like 3 months, 6 months, even a year into it, you are not small. You are a content creator. You just got to figure out what it is going to take for you to stand out from the rest so people can look your way. You know. Now for me, it's just simply being me. Okay. Cheesecake loving son of a gun, which by the way, I will be making another cheesecake soon.
Ooh. You never showed the finished product of the first one. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
That's a lie.
I openly said to people, I was like, yo, did he finish the cheesecake? Like, I saw him
Oh.
making it, but I didn't see the finished product.
Oh, do I hear
Look here.
cap?
Look here, I got witnesses. One of them, you may.
Am I
not
wrong?
know.
Did a picture get posted? Was it posted on
I
the internet
posted
or
a video.
Instagram?
I saw
I posted a
it on Twitter.
video.
I saw a
Posted it on
picture.
Twitter.
I saw a picture of you eating one, but
Wow.
See, your punk ass was not even in the damn stream.
I was
so
working,
you can't
man.
say nothing.
no wait.
I don't
was
want to
working
hear.
too.
it.
I saw
I
it.
made a video. I made a video.
I was
Don't play with
working
me.
Oh
too.
yeah, I gotta
saw
watch.
it.
I gotta.
Hey,
I
you
gotta.
know
Wa-
what?
I gotta watch the video. I gotta watch the video.
I will go
Okay.
all the way
All right.
back.
So staring
in,
it back.
in the video.
Just
Matter of fact, it's in my box too, probably.
Staring it back. So as content creators, right? As content creators,
Yes.
no matter who we are, we always try to support each other no matter what. And Lizzy is right. If it's a like or a retweet, anything will help and anything will get other eyes on it. And it's up to you as that other content creator to go ahead and share it, because every little thing helps. Every little thing helps no matter what.
I feel like a very like non-mind like subconscious habit that we have is like, say you're on, or say, you know, Cheese is on or something like that. Then say Steve comes on, or Max comes on, or, you know, whoever your big streamer is that you'll typically watch comes on.
Mhm.
A very bad habit I know people will have is that, oh, my usual streamer is on, I'm gonna go watch that. And even if you're only working with one monitor, say, like, even if you're on mobile or whatever the case may be, you can totally still have that person on something else.
Mhm.
And that's one thing that I try to point out to a lot of people is that, you know, people are like, oh, well, I lurk in chat. That's great. I don't care that you lurk. Twitch cares. Twitch cares because they don't count you as a person, as someone actually consuming the content, unless you post in the chat and you don't have the volume muted. You can mute it from the tab in Chrome, like you can mute the tab, but if you mute the stream, Twitch considers that as you not really watching the content.
Yeah.
And that's something that I try to point out to a lot of people is like, hey, even if you're gonna lurk, just say something. Just something in chat and then go on with whatever it is that you're doing. Like, that's usually what I do. Like, I'll be like, you know, I'm here, blah, 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 whatever, and just have you on in the background. I'll be doing a ton of other shit. But I'm like, I'll at least have the volume loud. Like, if I have it on the TV, I'll have the volume up loud enough that I can hear you if I'm washing dishes or something like that.
Right.
You know, at least so that it's like, oh, you know, if they're actually reaching out to me or to viewers or saying something that I have some input on, I could stop what I'm doing and come interact. Things like that. Like, it really makes a huge difference for that kind of stuff. And I think that that's a lot of something that a lot of regular people that just turn on Twitch don't really know. And I'm not saying don't watch your favorite streamers, but what I am saying is that if you're using a web browser, if you're on a PC and you're using a web browser, you can have multiple tabs open, just mute the tab. Like, it goes a long way. Something else that a lot of people don't seem to understand is that Twitch has a threshold to pay out. If you don't hit that threshold, Twitch does not pay out. I have a ton of people that support my content and that sub, and I greatly appreciate it, whether it be regular, you know, monetary, or through Prime or gifted sub. Honestly, I mean, everything is always appreciated. The only issue with that is that I have a lot of people that will resub, but will also give subs to people who have not resubbed. And it's the new subs that make a difference, because I'll constantly hover at somewhere between 75 to 79 bucks. And the payout doesn't hit until you hit 100.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, is that you have to hit a certain amount of subs in order for Twitch to register that. It's fucking stupid. It sucks. But that is the reality of it.
Right. That's the way they're going about their business.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things that, again, I try to make aware to a lot of people. That's like, hey, if you know, you're subbing and you're being supportive, and that's great, continue to share the content. Get fresh eyeballs on their content so that they can, make the decision whether they want to follow or sub or gift a sub. And then that point, it also helps, your friend out as well. So it's stuff like that that, I try to make aware. So
Right.
it's hard out here.
It-
we gotta fight the algorithm too. Shit.
We gotta fight the algorithm because
You know what?
that algorithm is bugging.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Make it real. I try to make this appearance as possible. If you sub or not, doesn't matter to me. If you want to hang, shoot. Look at it like this here. I mean, sure enough, subs are nice. But for me, I don't care. If you here and you vibing, that's really what I care about. Because, I mean, in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, while y'all vibing and having a good time and everything else, somebody new could probably come up in here, enjoy the vibes and whatnot. And I've had this happen on a multitude of occasions too. I'm just sitting there doing my thing, talking to chat and everything else, playing the game second. We vibing, somebody new comes in, they enjoy the vibes and everything else. They'll sit there and follow in the next 2 minutes after that. It's a brand new sub. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I appreciate it. You don't have to. And I always tell people, you gotta do shit. Just chill.
Yeah, my face is always the same when somebody subs. It's just like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your
fucking time.
It's like
that's your
Every
snap
fucking
face, man.
time.
huh? Why? Why?
that is
What did
your
I do? But
I mean, like,
but
the
I know
thing is,
why,
you gotta
and
be
I know what.
appreciative of
Yeah,
little
I
things.
know why they do is because they fuck with me and they vibe. You know what I mean? But it's always
Yeah.
gonna be the same. It's always gonna be the same reactions.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing against those that come in and be generous. See, the thing is, like, if someone is generous enough to sub, I'm gonna keep it real with you. My reaction was like, okay. I'm trying to contain myself because I'm not about to sit there and wow out, right? Because I mean, I can wow out.
Oh, I wall out.
Like I get excited, like, okay, shit, yeah. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, this is lit, this is awesome. But I gotta be cool about shit because I'm like, you know what? Okay, like that's one. If they want to come back and want to sub again, cool. But really, in the grand scheme of things, I'm more so learning about different times to place myself. Because put it like this here. I was streaming early this morning. Some of you were there. Some of you probably weren't there. It is what it is. I mean, because I know some of y'all gotta get your Z's in. But see, since I've been off work, and your boy been not having to work because of this damn thing, I've been like, experimenting. I've been placing myself at really odd hours.
Yeah, you were talking
and
about
I've
that
been
being
getting
like
hit
from 2 to 4 and shit like that, right?
Yeah, like anywhere between like 12 and like 9 a.m. is when you're gonna pretty much catch me.
Okay.
On days if I don't have physical therapy to go and do, which I know the next 4 days I ain't gotta do shit. So grind time. But anyway, like me placing myself at these really weird hours, especially when it's like a game that just came out, like Mass Effect and everything else, I've noticed that like on a regular normal stream period. Like if I was to stream at like 6, 7, or even 8, I would sit there and be like 10, maybe 15. But at these really odd hours, I've been hitting like 20, 26, whatever. And I've been maintaining that shit constantly up until it's time for me to go. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do more of this.
Yeah.
And see what happens. So really, it's like learning where to place yourself at. And really, people need to understand too, check them analytics. Check your games. Check who's watching you. Check at what times that they watching you at and everything else. Because that's going to save you a long trip of like, okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong? What do I got to do to sit there and stand out? So, and before I forget, shout out to my homegirl Riri, who did get partnered about 2 weeks ago because she been doing her damn thing on Grand Theft Auto and everything else, cooking streams, cosplay streams, the whole shebang. She been at fucking late hours building up that audience and everything else, and she's still streaming around the same time that I've been catching her at too. She don't notice. I do be lurking, but yeah, I do be lurking in there from time to time. I'll sit there, poke my head in, see how she doing and everything else. I'll chill with the chat, vibe with the chat, but then I'll dip back out basically. But yeah, it's just she knew exactly where to place herself at. She knew what games to play, and just basically how to conduct herself during that time period.
Yeah.
And when it was time for her to get partnered, it happened. So it's just study your analytics, like I've been learning how to do recently. Learn where to place yourself at, because I'm telling you right now, like around this time, when everybody's awake and they got their favorite streamers on at certain times and shit, trust me, it's gonna go a long way when you figure that shit out. But when you do, yeah. Now, the thing I want to throw out there too You know, I mean, you ain't got to do what I do. I mean, look, shout out to The Rock because because of him, I got this whole 4 a.m. mentality now. I don't know why I do, but I'm just like, I'm hungry. I'm hungry for success, and I'm hungry to finally kick that damn door down and tell Twitch, motherfucker, I'm here. Give me my damn check mark. So I'm just like, okay.
That fucking TikTok you sent me.
Yeah. Oh.
Bitch. But anyway,
We'll discuss TikTok later.
speaking of streaming, speaking of all things that we've been going on, because all of us Twitch stream. Lizzy Twitch streams. She plays League. She plays Overwatch. She also does cosplay when she does her
Overwatch is tonight, actually.
crafts.
Hey,
Overwatch
hold
is
up. Now look
tonight,
here.
and you got your crafts and stuff like that.
I got device number 1. I got backup number 2.
You stupid.
I don't care which one I'm gonna catch you on. You gonna get caught on one of these,
So-
okay? I'm catching you on one of these.
So on the topic,
So trust to believe you better be on one of these devices right here. I'm gonna have you on one of them.
So definitely on the topic of streaming. Lizzy, I want to ask you, what or who made you want to start streaming?
Ooh, that's a good one. Streaming, actually have a very long history with streaming. I don't even remember. God, it had to have been, maybe it was 2009, 2010, but I was around during the days of Justin TV. So
Yep.
yeah, the guy I was dating at the time, wanted to really get into streaming, and I was like, all right, seems cool. And at the time we would just play shooters. So this is like Battlefield 2.
I remember that game.
360 era. I don't think Black Ops had dropped yet. This was like Battlefield 2 had just come out. So this was like around like what we were playing at the time. I think Mass Effect 2 was on its way out. Something along that.
It was.
Yeah,
Mass
along
Effect 2
that
was on the
time.
way.
Was it around that era and also the Modern Warfare era?
I think so. Modern Warfare 2 was already out.
Yeah.
Black Ops came before 3, and I remember like really being heavy on Black Ops. So it was actually the person that I was with at the time that like really started getting into that kind of stuff. And I was just kind of, the person that handled the stuff in the background. Like maybe I had a little bit of commentary, but I was not the main attraction.
Right.
So kind of, jump forward a couple of years. We weren't together anymore, and I had a PS4. And I don't know. I think it would be cool to kind of get into it on my own. Like I had a bunch of friends that would talk about it, and they were like, yeah, like you could do this or you could do that. And this was like, because I don't think, was the Xbox One out at that time? I think they dropped at the same time, but it seemed like it was easier to natively stream from the PS4 than it was from the Xbox. And I didn't have an Xbox One at the time.
Right.
So I think the very first thing I ever officially streamed was Yakuza 0. And that was actually a midnight release that like I was waiting for it. Yeah, I tried
remember that game.
I tried to really be into, even as Justin says, trying to find your place. It's like even back then, because if you weren't streaming something that just came out, if you weren't streaming something popular, you weren't getting any views, period. Nobody knew who you were. Nobody was out looking for you. Stuff like that. So I was like, okay, if I stream a brand new game, this'll be it, right? Like people will kind of come and watch just because they're looking for this game. But I didn't have a camera. I did have, I had my mic or whatever. And I think I did a couple of runs of that. And that was when it kind of got to a point where I realized that there's some friends that feel like they're being supportive, and it may not necessarily be the type of support you personally need. So I had a friend that was very like, no, you should just stream it. Just stream it and play it, and people will watch. People will watch if you play it. Just play it. And I was really like, I don't have a camera. Nobody's gonna come watch me. I don't have a camera. And this is like really early Twitch days. You know, so nobody's gonna watch me. Nobody wants to just watch me play this game and not know who I am. And they're like, no, just play it. Just play it. People will watch. Just play it. And that really got to me. It really fucked with me mentally. And then I moved. This was the era of me and chums dating. So I moved to New York, and I got in a really bad habit that I learned pretty much up until the pandemic started. I got into a really bad habit of where I would be like, I'll wait until I feel like I have what I need to start streaming. And then it never happened. So like I had a capture card. I had an Elgato. Had bought the Elgato for the PS4 to hook up to my laptop and stuff like that. Never bothered to re-hook up my PS4. Never hooked up the Elgato. I'll get a camera. I'll just wait until I get a webcam. Never got a webcam. A lot of stuff like that is really just self-sabotaging. And I have a really bad habit of that in general, even with cosplays. Like I haven't, outside of space and current things that me and chums have in the works, I've not started Urbosa, and I keep telling myself, well, I've gone back to work. I'll find the rhythm. I'll start crafting again. I'll start the stream soon. Next stream, next stream, next stream. Next stream never comes. What's up? Oh, next stream
Sounded like
never
me
comes.
when I was talking about doing the cheesecake stuff.
Yeah.
You did exactly what I did. So I don't know what motivated me to do it. I can't possibly give you anything that's gonna make you want to do it or spark that flame to make you want to do it. It's just, I don't know. It's just a lingering thought in the back of my mind, like, hey,
You feel guilty.
got a laptop. It's like,
you
yeah,
guilt
I feel
yourself
guilty.
about it. Yeah.
And I was always telling myself, like, you know what? I don't got a laptop, so I can't do it. It won't look good. You know what? I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I have a phone that I can easily just fucking use and just do it.
Just do it.
I have fun that day. And it's like, you know what, man? People showed up. They was like, oh, man, this man finally doing it. I'm like, you know what? I am. I am finally doing this shit. And it just, all it took was that lingering thought to make me want to motivate myself to just say, you know what? No, we doing this on Saturday, which I did do on that Saturday. And I had went to the store like the day before and bought everything I fucking needed and shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting ready for this. I was hyping myself up. So it's just, it comes down to, you want to do it. Clearly you want to do the shit. It's just, you need somewhat of a push to want to go and do it finally. And again, I can't tell you how that's, I mean, I can't give you anything on my end to you that's going to make you want to do it. It's just, you're going to be, you're going to find yourself sitting down or whatever one day, and you're just going to be just lost in thought. And then all of a sudden it's just going to come to you probably like you did me. And you're not even going to say, I'm going to do it. You're just going to do it basically.
Yeah. That's rough too. Like even if sometimes it does, it's just as easy as that, where I end up guilting myself into realizing, like, I'll be like, I haven't streamed in a couple of days. Well, I'll do it the next day. And then my mind starts running like 1,000 miles a minute, where it's like, oh, well, you have all these people that sub to you, that give their money willingly to you, and you're just going to keep putting it off. You're going to keep putting it off. Do you think it's worth it? Do you think they want to continue to sub to you if you do this? Like, I start sabotaging myself, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. You're right. I'm going to just do it. And sometimes that doesn't always work. Sometimes it's like, like the other night, like I'll get home. If my relief doesn't come in on time, I might not get home until 2. And it's like, I really wanted to stream today. And it's like, then just do it. And I'll just be like, no, I don't want to just do it, because my night feels ruined. I'm tired. I'm not mentally in the space to stream. So I don't. And sometimes that's okay. It happens. But it's one of those things where it's like, I also tried to tell myself when I started working again, that's like, because my PC is close to almost 2 years old now. It was a year old around around August of last year. I built it when I was still at the post office, which, let me tell you, if you feel like you've had a moment where you felt like you never had free time, amplify that by like 1,000. That's the post office. Like, I could tell Justin right now, that wrist thing that you going on, they wouldn't give zero fucks about that. You'd be fired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
like, I was miserable at the post office. I had no life. I had no time. This is also around the time that Chums had broken his leg. So it was a very rough time for me at the post office. But it also gave me the means to build my PC. And it was actually me being tired of the post office that was like, I want to stream, because my personal end goal would be to do this every day or every other day for as long as however long I choose to do it, and not have to work for somebody else. So it was even more so amplified during the pandemic because I wasn't working, and it's like, all I have is this free time. I have no other means of income. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I said I always wanted to do if I ever had that kind of free time. And I fucking did it. And there was no excuse to not do it, you know? So it definitely was one of those things where it's like, I pushed myself out of the post office, like, once that ordeal was over and I had my PC up and going, and I could feel myself getting back into that same mental rut that I was like, I had everything but a webcam. And this was like really when the lockdown started in April. I was like, I don't have a webcam. Nobody's going to watch me stream. I don't have a webcam. And luckily, Bojack was super fucking nice. He sent me out a camera until I was able to, because Chums had some just in storage, until we were able to actually leave the house and go and find some more. And then until I was able to actually buy a better one that I wanted. But it's like people like that, like things like that, that's like, I want to support this person. How can I support this person? Don't just say, oh yeah, you'd be great at this, go do it. Okay, what are you going to do to help facilitate this? If this person really is a friend to you, you know, you really care about what the fuck that they're at, whether it's small or big, anything is better than nothing. You just throwing words at them, unless that's how they operate, isn't always going to be the sufficient enough way to do it. So it was, I mean, I'm grateful to Bojack for sending me, you know, the camera that he had, which is what I use for the Orion cam now. You know, stuff like that. So it's like stuff like that. It's like even after I've hit a point where it's like, okay, I got a better version of what someone else did for me, I still utilize what they've given me. Like, it's not something that's just like fallen by the wayside. And it's like, okay, well, this is a one and done thing. I appreciate you, like, whatever, you know. I really try to make that obvious to people. So really coming out of the post office and telling myself, granted, I was dog fucking tired from working there, so I didn't stream nearly as much. And then you remember all of my PC issues where Doom wouldn't run, Warzone wouldn't run, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that was when I ended up upgrading my CPU, and fiddling with things. You definitely have to invest the time to sit and debug and troubleshoot. And that's really kind of what I ended up doing a lot of, and, you know, it ended up really working out for me. So I stay on people's asses about supporting non-recognized streamers more, because even we have a lot of shit that we go through. Not just, you know, if Max comes on and, oh, this program isn't running, or this cable isn't working, or, you know, even they have issues, and people are like, oh, it's cool, it's okay, I'll still throw money your way. We don't get that. If we have an issue, it has to come out of our pockets, and we gotta fucking figure it out, you know, and support each other. That's like even when you moved and you were like, man, my Elgato shit itself. And it's like, well, do we know it's the Elgato? You know, let's get you a fucking cable. Let's get you a new console. Let's, you know, you do shit like that because you expect to get that kind of shit in return. You know, and it's like, oh, you know, like, I can't believe I have friends like this. And it's like, why wouldn't you? Why would you not believe that you have friends like that? Because if I'm with the shits, I'm with the shits. Like, what would I look like if people fucking wail for me in Genshin? You know, that's just the universe coming back to me. You know, like you do shit, like you get what you give, you know,
And
particularly.
I
that's
definitely can attest to that, because it was you who was the fucking head runner of actually sending me a fucking Switch that I had no idea that was coming. I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. It was supposed to be cookies. She said, I'm going to send you cookies. And she banded you, Justin, and a whole bunch of other people. Y'all banded together. Y'all motherfuckers came into the stream. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get these cookies, but why am I not looking in the box? I'm gonna just not look in the box and see what this is. I put this motherfucker in,
like
and it is a whole motherfucking Switch, and I'm just flabbergasted. I'm just like, I'm blown away by the love and support that y'all gave me that day. And it was because of y'all that I played Legend of Zelda for 16 hours that night.
I was in there for like half of that.
I played that motherfucker for 16 hours, and it's just
I think
love
I
and
took
support.
a nap and came back, and I was like, "Nigga, you still old?" I'm like, "Whatever,
I mean,
do what you do. I ain't mad at you.
I'm putting that bit right to work, you know. I'm
man.
playing
I
that
ain't
shit
mad at you.
all the fucking way. But it's that type of love and support that really takes us a very long way. Whether it's a few of us or it could be a couple hundred of us. You know what I mean? It's definitely that support that really drives us. And it's that love and support that you and everybody else shows us, each other, and then we'll show that love back. You know what I mean? So that's definitely,
I will say a really big boost to that was during the Black Lives Matters protest. There was a Twitter thread going around where it was like, hey, you know, what are some of your, you know, people of color streamers? And there was a good, like, I'd say a good month's gap where I would start the stream and there would be like 30 people in stream out of nowhere. I hadn't even come on screen yet. Like, we're constantly following. And I was like, I started panicking because I had no mods. I never needed mods.
I think it was at that time too, where I was still working at the times that you were streaming. So I was like, fuck, I can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, I had no mods. I was like, oh god, I need people in the stream.
All I could do was just like send a like and a retweet, because I knew I'd get the notification on my phone. It's like, all right, let me send that up. Let me send more people her way.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's things like that. And I wish it didn't take stuff like that to people to realize, oh, let me go do something about it. You could do that on your own, my guy. you don't need a movement to tell you to go follow some black streamers.
Facts.
Like, our content ain't no different than the pigment impaired people you see normally. So
Facts.
You know, it's just a little bit realer, maybe a little bit funnier. Hell, shit. You know,
100% fact, no cap.
I'm just saying. But
That's
yeah,
100%.
that's really my driving force behind wanting to stream, is that I don't want to continue to put myself in the rut that I'm working and I'm come home and I'm tired and I won't do it because I'm tired. And it's like, so if this is my end goal, fuck it.
Right.
Be tired. Fucking, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna stop you from playing. I'm gonna sit here and play the game no way. I might as well turn the camera on while I'm doing it anyway.
Definitely pushing yourself and giving that self motivation.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Now, let's see. What other questions do I have for y'all? Do y'all have any questions? That's fine. Cheesecake. Do y'all have any questions at the moment?
Man, okay, I got one that I'm thinking of right now. So there obviously had to have been a cosplay that you just knew from like the moment you looked at said character or whatever and said, oh, hell no, fuck that. Like, what was that one cosplay for you that you just said, no, it's not happening?
Titania Urza. Titania Fairy Queen Urza. Like, that costume in and of itself is would be my absolute ground zero. I've made it. This is what I'm doing. And there's no way in hell I think I would ever get to that point and pull it off. If you have no clue what it looks like, it's literally, she looks like a crystal statue. It's just blades and looks like crystals everywhere. And it's made of armor. And it's like, that's great. I don't think I'll ever pull that shit off. Oh no, that is like been a cosplay on my mind for years. Probably ever since I started Fairy Tail. Ever since I saw it, I was like, oh my god. And I'm like, that's not happening.
I did
Not happening.
I did have one of my favorite cosplays that you did, and that was Roxanne from the Goofy movie. That shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was so fire.
Roxanne was one that I've been waiting to do for a long time.
I loved it.
In general, and it's also one of those ones that I've been trying to push chums to
be Goofy
cosplay with me.
Yo,
you need to cosplay as Max, bro.
I've been trying to get him to be Max. I want him to be Max, and I want him to be Beast Boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would love to do a Raven.
Okay, first I'll let him be Max, and he has to do the fucking song. So stand up before the crowd, even if you have to shout out loud.
I feel like Max is a little easier. It doesn't involve a ton of body paint, if any. Even if he was in normal dress or like just making the costume myself would be easy. But Beast Boy requires paint, and paint is kind of a pain. Even for me, paint is a pain. It's hot. If you sweat, it goes everywhere. It's like makeup. It's like not, So it's one of those things that like, if we do it, we'd have to literally be in like a very well air-conditioned con. But I've had a couple of couples cosplays on my mind. And it was one of those things that I was like, well, I'll wait until he can be Max. I'll wait. And it's like, what the fuck are you waiting on? All you have to do is put on a polo and a wig and draw on your face. That's it. Just fucking do it. So yeah, finally dropped Roxanne.
All right, so chums, if you're chums, I'm gonna need you.
He's
chums,
sweet.
if you're listening, if he listens later on, because this will be on YouTube later, I'm gonna need you to be Max, dog. I'm gonna need you to be Max, dog.
Second
I think he would make such a cute little Max. I think it would be great.
Do
That's
it.
why I said I haven't found anyone in Genshin that I resonate with, because he wants to do Zhongli, and I'm like, I guess like story wise, I'd have to be Ganyu or Hu Tao, but I don't resonate with either one of them. So I'm leaning more towards Ganyu than I am Hu Tao. But I need a character to come out in Genshin that I fucking feel.
You need another melanin character, man. Let's go.
Xinyan was the closest to it, and then when I actually got around to like getting her and checking her out, I was like, her personality
completely opposite of yours.
Hugs. Come on, man. Like, what?
Yeah. She's completely opposite of you. She's like out there. She wilding, like she don't care. She rocking out.
I mean, rocking out.
You just like you.
Yeah, like I don't know.
You don't do all that. You want something like chill, but you'll wild out if you need to.
Signora is probably the closest to it, and I don't like her.
I was gonna say because you know what?
We'll see how the Shogun goes. Is it the Shogun? The new
the Shogun.
The Shogun. We'll see how the Shogun is. I think that's a woman too.
I hope it's who I think it is. If it's who I think it is, if it's Raiden May from Honkai, oh my god, if it's Raiden May from Honkai Impact, dog, man.
Well, they did say Raiden. They did say Raiden, so
you don't understand if it's Raiden May. Hersher Thunder. Do I need to show you what she looked like? Because I will show you what she looked like. That is my main on Honkai Impact right there.
You don't need to bust no nuts, Justin.
Ooh, man. Okay,
man.
That's all I gotta say is ooh.
God damn.
So as we're rearing towards the end of this podcast, and we've learned more about Lizzy. So let me ask, what is either it could be one or it could be a couple, or like if we can jot it down to 3 of all time, what would be your favorite games that you have played?
I'd have to say if it's in terms of like playability that I would go back to no matter what. Journey.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful game too, though.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. The cinematics are amazing. The music is outstanding. And the thought behind like what the actual game is about is like once you figure it out, you're like, oh shit. So Journey. Whew, that's a
It's a toughie.
We asked the hard-hitting questions on the CommonHeads podcast.
Two would probably be Need for Speed Underground 2.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yo!
So a little history with that. That is the very first racing game I ever played.
One of the better ones.
It was one that I borrowed from the person that I was dating at the time, who was really into cars. And I was like, I don't know that I'll like this. Like, I'd never played any kind of like actual racing game. I was not a fan of Gran Turismo. I don't like the realism. I wasn't good at games back then. So if I fuck my car up, that's it. I don't want to play this. Underground 2 had really good music, very iconic music.
Yes.
Music that as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh shit.
Feel like you were Fast and Furious.
And it has some of my favorite cars in it, and actually has my favorite daily driver. If I were ever to achieve it, the very first car I ever won a race with was the Mazda Miata. And the Miata has become a very large staple in my life when it comes to any racing game. That Miata fucking took me probably from the beginning to the game to almost in-game before, even after winning a Porsche. The Porsche 911 in canary yellow is what I made that one. My Miata was pink. This was back in my pink phase before it transitioned into red. So everything was pink. I had lightning and all kinds of shit like that. Pink neons, all kinds of shit. And when I made it to most wanted, oh my god, that thing just Jesus. So yeah,
No.
you'll never, there's no game that does the level of tuning and customization for cars like that anymore. It was outrageous. There's no dynamos. There's no, like, everything is a slider now. In Underground 2, everything was by numbers. You had to literally take the time out to figure out what gears your car was the best in and optimize it from there. And I absolutely loved it. I loved it. Please, I would love a remaster of Underground 2 exactly as it was. So that'll probably, yeah, that'd probably be my number 2 game. My third one, probably would be Psychonauts.
Oh,
Psychonauts, I think, was the second game I ever rented when I was able to buy my first subscription to GameFly. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. No, Prince of Persia's, Warrior Within was the second one that was the very first game I ever got from GameFly. But Psychonauts was the second one that I got. And as trash as fucking Double Fine is now, that Tim Schafer is just God. He's a piece of shit. Psychonauts is such a slept-on gem. It's almost up there with Okami for me. It was between Psychonauts and Okami only because I own both on every available platform there is.
Yeah, I know how
Period.
much. I know how much you love Yusamami.
Like, I've probably spent more money on rebuys of games that I absolutely love on multiple platforms than I have on anything current gen. Okami was on PS2, it was on Switch, it was on Wii U, it was on Steam. Same with Psychonauts. I bought Psychonauts in every iteration. Sad to say, I gave the Psychonauts 2 Kickstarter money. I will just about support anything from Kamiya. So back when Platinum Games was Clover, I mean, Okami was just, it was gorgeous. But Psychonauts 2, like Psychonauts really was just something I'd never seen. It was an art style I'd never seen. The concept behind it was so wacky. Like, and it was just like, holy fuck, this game is good. Like, it was like, and I feel like it was really, unless you actually knew it existed, it was during that era of Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper, where it was just underneath so many other great blockbusters. Like Naughty Dog and Insomniac put out amazing material back then. But Psychonauts was so overlooked that unless you were like, you played Black or God Hand, you didn't know. Like, it was one of those things that, like, hey, I need you to check this out. And you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what?
It was definitely back then when the single player games was definitely the games
they were
everybody still played. Like those single players
hell yeah,
that had good everything, no matter how wacky they could be. Or it could be the nice games or the wackiest games that you play, but you will always enjoy your time with the single player games. But even nowadays it's all about online and it's all about multiplayer. Like everybody needs to know that these single player games are out there and these single player games are fucking good.
God of War.
Yeah.
That one too.
Just want to point that out. God of War.
Legend of Zelda. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No complaints over here. I agree.
So we got your favorite. So we got your favorite games. I'm gonna give you a 5-piece for this one. All right. I'm gonna give you a 5-piece for your favorite animes of all time.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh Lord. Oh God. All right. Well, I'm sure some of these are pretty atypical, but Soul Eater would definitely be one of them. That's one that I could easily go back to. Yu Yu Hakusho is a constant annual. I want to rewatch from the Dark Tournament. Like, that's a good staple. Oh, Chobits.
You watch Chobits too? Oh snap! Chobits was fire. You're muted, S-Fangs.
Very.
That
is
good.
I have the entire manga.
That was a rough ride. It was a good but a rough ride.
Yes.
And that's up there with Angel Beats. Angel Beats is close. I wouldn't say it is my top 5, but that's a rough ride too.
Angel Beats was my god.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Okay. Anime. I guess I'd look like a poser if I didn't say Sailor Moon. I mean, it was such a part of my childhood. Like,
it's an all-time classic. It's an all-time classic.
Yeah. Last one. Favorite anime? God. Jesus, that's a hard one. Honestly,
I had a tough time with 5 also.
No, it's not a hard one, and this one might not count. Magus XLR.
Yes! Yes, god damn it, yes!
Magus XLR was cut down in its prime.
Yes.
And it's such a slept on show that's like, how dare you even do this to something so fucking good? It was so like, and I almost said the current Castlevania, but Magus really deserves a lot
yes.
more than how it was treated.
Yeah, man.
And I don't think I don't think it gets enough credit.
No, it don't, man. Oh my god, it don't.
It really doesn't.
good.
And I had to really open my mind library. I wanted to say shit like Armitage and God, you know, some of the atypical ones, but Magus really just it was good. It was great. It had good humor. It still has Spike in it anyway.
And on top of that, man, everybody dug giant robots, man.
Yeah.
If you didn't dug giant robots, man, we can't be friends. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
I guess I could have said Big O, but yeah.
Hey, that's another good one.
I could have said Big
That's
O.
a classic right there. But
That's another one.
Excuse me while I add Megas XLR to my watch list because I've never
Have you
seen
never
it.
seen? You've never seen
I've never
Magus?
seen Megas XLR.
Oh no!
I've
gonna
never
dunk
seen
Magus is
XLR.
great.
I have
Magus
to,
can't believe this guy.
That's another
Great.
one. That's another anime that I have to put on my watch list, along with the other
You better.
hundreds,
Armitage.
You better.
the other hundreds of anime
Man.
that I still have to watch.
Jeez.
Your
Yeah.
backlog is about as big as my goddamn gaming backlog, bro. Okay, so yeah.
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 It's a shame that they didn't actually make animes of certain things like Ninja Scroll. Ninja Scroll wasn't.
Movie was a godlike classic.
Dude, they're gonna have to fine tune a lot of the shit.
Nah. Nah.
No, don't
nah,
fine-tune shit.
nah. Give it to me as
Don't fine tune anything in that. No. That needs to
Listen,
be done the way the movie
That's
was.
gonna
Listen, if
end
the
up on the
major-
adult parts of the
If
anime.
the
right?
major could be naked for like 70% of fucking Ghost in the Shell, they could get
Mhm.
away with figuring something out around for Ninja Scroll. Oh, I forgot Witch Hunter Robin. I missed that one too. I miss that anime so much.
Kinda got away with it with Deadman Wonderland. Though.
Yeah, they did kind
Yeah, they
of get
did.
away with it, but technically, more or less, hers was a bodysuit. It was not her actual skin. So,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. Nah, the major was naked. The major
yeah,
was
yeah,
fucking
no,
Like in her
naked.
birthday suit
No,
naked,
I'm just
okay?
saying though, because like even if it's a bodysuit, because you can say the same thing for Samus, you know what I mean? Because like bodysuit thing, like bodysuit relatable.
Yeah, I think
just think
it's
Deadman Wonderland is like one of the prime ones, you know?
I think it's because her bodysuit was kind of the same color as her face paint. So I
Right.
think that was easy to get it. The same thing with the major, I think was technically it's not skin, so it was easy for them to get away with that. Samus, I mean, yeah, she's in a bodysuit, but you could tell it's a bodysuit. As opposed to like Ninja Scroll, where it's like, nah, that's a titty.
Uh-huh.
That's a titty.
Mhm.
Oh, fucking ninja,
Yep.
bro. Oh man.
So
God.
good.
Oh, speaking of, we didn't touch on speaking of titties. we didn't touch on the current state of Twitch. Yeah, we didn't talk about that yet.
So okay.
I got time today.
So okay, as we are rearing towards the end, we do have time for a topic at hand. So go ahead, Cheesecake. Lay it down on us real quick because
Yeah, let's
I
hear
think-
everybody's opinion on this.
because I
Pretty
think I am
sure
also
a lot
kind of
of
in the
you-
dark about this because I don't really pay attention to Twitch politics or anything like that.
Okay, so
but-
let me get you catch you up to speed. So yesterday, you know, Amaranth, one of the most successful
Woo,
women on Twitch.
the shit
And-
this
and-
woman
and
has gotten away
I
with.
have to put respect on her name because she is successful. That being said, yesterday she found out that ad revenue was removed entirely from her channel, didn't even know anything about it, tried to contact Twitch when she shouldn't have had to have contacted Twitch and got her answer from them. A lot of people are on both sides of this as far as it's wrong for them to not tell her that ad revenue was removed from her channel. On the other half, are basically on the whole, that's what she get, and you know, she shouldn't have been doing what she's doing bit. Now, keep in mind that Twitch had instituted this new TOS as far as, you know, nudity and everything else goes, and they said bikinis, if anybody's wearing a bikini, anywhere near a pool or whatever, it falls within the TOS. So technically, the whole hot tub meta, it's within TOS. They said so themselves, but then they double back, on a public Twitch stream themselves and was all like, okay, well, they pretty much said the opposite of that, So I guess in a nutshell of things, they call themselves trying to, I don't want to say make an example of Amaranth, but at the same time, the way they went about it was shady as hell. They are always saying, if we're messing up, call us out on it and everything else. Everybody called them out on that. I mean, and I've often said, like, look, this whole hot tub meta thing, I don't care. It's not hurting me in any shape or form. If that's what they want to do, I got nothing but respect. Go on and do your thing, But at the same time, with Twitch, how you gonna sit there and say, okay, this whole bikini hot tub meta thing falls within TOS, but then turn around and say, no, it don't. And then you not only sit there and said the opposite of what you guys were saying on that stream a while back, but you turn around and you sat there and removed one of your biggest streamers' ad revenue without even telling them anything. They had to come to you and find out, which they shouldn't have done. If ad revenue was removed from a person's channel, Twitch should have been, big enough to say, okay, you know what? We're letting you know right now, we're taking your shit away. And this is why right here. And if it was because of the whole hot tub meta thing, then why would you sit there and say it's within TOS when you are saying completely opposite, So again, I'm on the side of Twitch should have communicated better. They're always telling us to hold them accountable.
Yep.
But then you go and do some shit like this, and then it's like, okay, well, oops, my bad. No, screw that. And everybody else that are like, oh no, that's what she get. Like, bro, I don't care. At the end of the day, dude, it don't even matter if it's her or anybody else for that matter. The fact is, Twitch said hold them accountable if they mess up. They messed up big. A lot of folks, including Cole Carter, shout out to that guy because I do watch him from time to time in the mornings, by the way. He was on the forefront and he even came out and said, look, I may not personally care too much about hot tub streams, but at the same time, I'm on the side of if they mess up, they mess up. And clearly he was on the side of, okay, look, Twitch, you messed up big time by doing what you did. And I'm with him on that, So there is the scoop on what Twitch has done again, this time by once again failing to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I within certain parameters agree with Cheesecake on that. I feel like if you're gonna say one thing, stick to it. If you're gonna say, okay, well, they can do this, it's fine. You want to rebrand yourself as a streaming platform, period, not a gaming streaming platform, then fine. Give them a tab for that, is my only thing. Don't let it be oh, well, they're in just chatting. They're in, whatever it is that they're using. Give them the tab that allows them, because at the end of the day, sex sells. I've had plenty of people show up in my streams that had to catch a hard ban because you wanted to question what I was wearing while I was streaming. I didn't put this on for you. I put it on because it was convenient for me. What you're here to see is me play, not my tits. There is a stream for that. It ain't me. And if you feel some kind of way about that, then fuck you, And if tits is really what you want to see and you want to be nice about it, I have an OnlyFans for that. That aside, if it's going to go about this whole, we want to change our look, we want to be more inclusive to what people are doing, you couldn't even, what happened to all the Black Lives Matters ads?
Woo! That's the real goddamn question.
Since you want to be more inclusive, in your TOS to the titty streamers, what about to the people that are a little darker than you? What about the algorithm for that? How do we work around that? You gonna put that in your TOS? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm saying. It's like, okay, you want to draw in more people. You ran out fucking Mixer,
Basically.
So, at the end of the day, do I personally care for that kind of stuff? No. If I want to go see it, I'll go see it. I know where I can find it for free. But sneakily taking away ad revenue for someone because they're doing some shit you didn't want them to do, that's some real fuck shit. That's kind of fucked up.
Yep.
Even if it's you don't agree with the shits, whatever. But my thing is that yeah, if you're gonna rebrand, if you want to be this, we are the streaming platform, then be the streaming platform.
Yeah.
You know, and give them a means where it's more conducive for people to want to do that. Be more inclusive towards that. Cause that woman's been finessing the system for years. Shit.
Yeah.
And
And it ain't just her.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
you
not
want to
just her.
take away
There's several other people doing it.
Oh,
Yep.
for sure. You want to take away the ad revenue on people like her, but what you gonna do about people that were feeding alcohol to their cats? Or like people like Pokemon who can get away with saying nigga on stream and she ain't black. You gonna do something about that?
Mm.
Oh no, I'm here for it. Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
dropping all the fucking tea. I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
You know,
So
you can't get your DMCA shit together. You fucking
you.
what was that
Oh,
just
man.
aired? The BlizzCon.
add a whole
BlizzCon
bunch of copyright music in it.
had to mute their own stream because they didn't want to get DMCA'd by Twitch.
that's fucking that's yeah, that part, man.
So no, I don't care for Amaranth. I don't care for her niche of people. But if the bitch she ain't taking shit away from me, hell, I didn't have people watching me even before the hoe decided to get into a hot tub.
Yeah.
She ain't hurting my money.
Yeah, she ain't
Twitch is hurting my money.
Yeah, so basically yes,
Shit.
I agree with everything y'all two are saying. Like it's Twitch as a company. It is their first hand, especially if they're technically are quote unquote bosses. Y'all motherfuckers need to contact us first. Y'all need to send out an email or some shit of some type of explanation. It should not
It's not
be
like they new to this game.
Yeah,
They've been
it's-
around since Justin TV.
It is-
It's just Twitch now because Amazon bought them.
It should not be, hey, surprise, we took this shit away. He, I'm out the door. No, it's not like that. Man.
Out the door.
It's you need to if you wanna treat us the way that we should be treated around here, like you really need to keep in contact with your creators. I mean, granted, there's fucking several hundred thousands,
2 million.
like 2 million
million.
users,
3 million.
obviously.
Actually, no, I take it back.
and-
It's like somewhere in like 10, like 5 digits. Like
And the
People-
pandemic just made
Yeah,
that
and
shit
the pandemic
explode,
definitely
dude.
made it explode. Everybody wants to be a streamer nowadays, but seriously,
Yeah.
we're talking about one of your big time streamers over here. So it's just be in contact. Don't just snatch something and live, because that's almost like theft right there. Y'all doing that
Basically.
type of shit. That's
Mhm.
theft. So y'all need to get better with your shit. Y'all need to get it together. That-
Honestly,
Time-
that's
it's time to wake
YouTube's that's YouTube level of bullshit, to be honest. When
I
they
mean, yeah,
demonetize
YouTube's got-
video.
Speaking of that, yeah,
Yeah,
YouTube level
YouTube's got their
bullshit.
fair share of BS, man. But you know what the funny thing is? I don't know if any of y'all follow Harris Heller, but he was a Twitch partner, but he let his contract go out. He didn't want to renew it because he made the move to YouTube. And honestly, he said he's been better off from what I last checked. You know, he's able to do things on YouTube when it comes to him live streaming he couldn't really necessarily do on Twitch because of the way they've been conducting themselves. And honestly, well, he had some pretty choice words about the future of the platform. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I will advise y'all, if y'all want to know, go hit him up. But I watched this video and I'm kind of inclined to agree with half the stuff actually not even half, all of it, because the way Twitch has been handling things as of recent, especially with this whole ad revenue situation with Amaranth, it's like, dude, like now you want to be serious and you want to be, like a live streaming platform, but you're doing shit like this and not
Yeah.
even telling your streamers like, okay, yeah, we're doing this. I mean, the lack of communication is what causes this, distrust. And if you ain't got trust, bro, people aren't gonna want to mess with you going forward. So really at this point, it's like, how many times are you gonna mess up before you finally get it together? Is the question I would have for them, that I don't even think they're gonna be able to answer anytime soon, because they're gonna keep making mistakes. And I don't want Twitch to be seen in a bad light. I really don't, because of Twitch, I've met a lot of y'all
Yeah.
folks, a lot of y'all cool as hell. I mean, motherfucker. I mean, we've been friends for so fucking long. I mean, Twitch is the reason why I'm able to, why I was able to meet y'all asses 2 years in a row and shit when we went to Vegas back in 2017, 2018, and everything else.
Yep.
It's like, but I, at the same time, it's like, I don't want to see
You can't
Twitch
excuse
fail.
them.
Yeah, you can't excuse the bullshit they've been doing.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna tell us to call you out and hold you accountable, then god damn it, don't sit there and try to sweep this shit under the rug, dude. Like you need to actually sit there and try to rectify the situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you make a mistake and we see that you did it, we call you out for it. Don't sit there and be like, oh well, or ignore the shit. Like, dude, own it. Like let us know, like, yeah, we effed up bad, and don't give me that, don't give me none of that going forward bullshit. Like, look, you can sit there and talk a good game all you want, bro. At the end of the day, we want to see actions. Fuck the talking. Let it talk to us via your actions, bro. That's all I'm saying.
It's funny you say that because there are, even before that, there are YouTube videos that are out that even break down the contracts for making affiliate and making partner. And there are a lot of people that are like, depending on so it is in our affiliate contract that obviously you're not allowed to stream to another platform at the same time. You can stream at different times, but you are not allowed to stream the same content to another platform at the same time.
You can't do that, or you can't. You have to wait 24 hours before you can upload this to YouTube. So I have to wait 24 hours to upload this podcast to YouTube.
It's also in our contract that if by whatever means we ever make it big, whatever our brand is, Twitch owns that. Period. If we were, say, for whatever reason, say it was over the course of a month to reach the level of like Shroud, Max, Ninja, things like that, they own that. Period. It is in our contracts, and even stuff that we deal with as affiliate, like the payout threshold, the cut that they get from bits, the cut that they get from donations, the cut, things like that. It's like, it's almost to the point where it's like it almost would discourage you from want to being an affiliate, which is why I feel it's like, I agree with Cheese to a certain extent, but it's like, I don't want to see Twitch fail. I want to see Twitch do better. I want to see Twitch, if you're going to attempt to really have people on your platform and shine, do better. Do better by your algorithms. Do better by your standards. Do better by your contracts. Do better by your TOS. Do better by your actions, your words, the things that you say to people and that you attempt to put out to the world. And I don't necessarily know that that's a Twitch from a company standpoint or if that's Twitch from an Amazon standpoint
yeah, that part.
Because there is a lot of things that have changed since Amazon has taken over. And I can't necessarily say that I agree with a lot of them.
I sure as hell don't.
I don't.
Yeah, there's not many perks, I would say, that come with being an affiliate, and even at making partner, it's like, all right, would this be worth it? Which is why at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I stream to Facebook and Twitch at the same time. Fucking sue me. So, and I do hear a lot of people do enjoy it at YouTube and Facebook quite a lot more than Twitch. And if that's the case, I want Twitch to do better,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I can't even lie, man. Like, I still got my little gaming page from when I was like testing the waters really last year in December.
Oh, what's up, Mark?
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I gonna make this move to either Facebook gaming if Twitch decides to do yet another goddamn stupid ass thing, or am I gonna move to YouTube? Because I've streamed to YouTube in the past. Like a total of like 5 times. Believe me. You know what? And it honestly is so much easier too, because those streams. Here's a big pro about YouTube streaming. Your streams become your videos at the end of the damn day, and they
Yeah.
are there permanently. They're not gonna go away. Like, say, if you're an affiliate on Twitch and you stream and you got a
Which
VOD
I
for
think
like,
is the dumbest shit. They took
Oh
that
my-
away from affiliates. You
Yes.
can only have that as a partner now.
and that
like,
sucks. It's like,
What?
Like,
I
if no
will-
one catches the bot or whatever before it's too late, it's pretty much a done deal. If they miss
Yep.
something major, they gotta pretty
Yep.
much,
Yeah.
catch it, like catch news of it, via clips it if they're still up, or catch news of it via clips in Discord, Twitter, something along those lines.
Right.
It sucks. We got like maybe what one or two pros of being a Twitch affiliate, and like a whole list of goddamn cons of being
Yeah.
an affiliate. I mean, it's like the longer I'm streaming on this platform, I'm noticing the shit. It's like, dude, like the more clearer I'm starting to see. And again, I don't want to have to do it, but at the same time, I've often stressed this. Like, bro, if I make this move, if y'all don't want to do it, that is fine by me. It's not like I'm not gonna be on Twitch. I'll be
Yeah.
somewhere in somebody's chat, probably lurking or something like
Right,
that. But you know
right.
what? At the
We'll
end of the
always
day,
be
it's
in
like,
somebody's chat.
like if I gotta make this move to Facebook gaming or YouTube streaming, man, then I'm gonna do it, man. Because right now, the current state of Twitch is something I don't
I've been
agree with, and I don't favor it, and I don't like it.
I have
once-
I have been thinking about this also, because like it has gotten to that point where it's kind of it's so fucking ridiculous. Like I have to, like, the music that everybody on stream is listening to right now is non-copyrighted lo-fi. Although it still sounds pretty good, I mean, I fuck with it. It's still not the music that I want to listen to.
Mhm.
I want to be able to, like, even though it's going to get muted on some other platform somewhere, as obviously, and I'm not going to be able to get any type of revenue from it. I don't give a flying fuck about that, but I want to be able to fucking react to some Joiner with everybody, because he dropped something 2 days ago and everybody
I
needs
heard
to
it.
fucking listen to that shit,
I
because
already
that
heard
shit
it.
is
I know what you're
fire.
talking about.
Also, Hobson dropped Bella Ciao 2 days ago.
I heard
and that shit
too,
was
man.
fire.
Look.
Like, listen, I want to be able to listen and get a live reaction with everybody in here, because like
Oh,
it's so good to do that type of shit. It's so good to listen to the music that I want to listen to while playing a game that I like to play. But it's just gotten so fucking horrible. It's not like the days where we
I
were
will
streaming in
say
2014. Yeah.
One good thing. And this is like, I don't know, was like months ago. Obviously, I'm what did I call it? A non-popular streamer on Facebook. They do raids. They do raids.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Aware of raids being a thing. I say this because, again, Justin pointed
Oh no, your microphone cut out a little bit.
League streams.
Okay, there you go.
When what happened?
Your microphone
kinda
cut out a
cut
little
out.
bit at the beginning
Oh,
of that sentence.
I don't know why. Oh, my adapter keeps turning off and on. Why? Why is my adapter doing that? Okay, could you not?
Right at the end.
Okay. My League streams were had spiked in views. And I say views where it's like Facebook does it, where they count it as a view if it goes by, like, if they let like anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds of a video play, even if they don't actually tap on it, it's considered a view.
Okay.
Where my views would go from something like a couple hundred to like 2,000. And I was like, the fuck?
Damn.
That's because
Where
a
the
lot
fuck
of
did all
illegal.
these people come from?
A lot of people
How are
like
you? Why is it all of a sudden it's like 2,000 people are just watching this random League stream? So I was playing Overwatch one day, and apparently a large Facebook streamer raided me. And on my Facebook page, I had somewhere close to like 500 people watching me. And I was like, holy shit. And I think it was more so this person looked for smaller streamers to raid. But it's like, you would never get that kind of visibility on Twitch. That would not have happened any other way. Even with the type of friends that we have. I mean, not to call anybody out, but when's the last time you've gotten a raid from any of them? you know? So it's things like that that I say, you know, holding people accountable and things like that, using your platform to amplify, to boost. Facebook streaming, I don't think more or less has an algorithm for that, but it's definitely like the visibility that I got from that is insane. And I continue to see the visibility grow. It's small, but it's hell of a lot more than what I see on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I will tell you this, because if you're still streaming, which I know you still are on Facebook,
No, I can't.
all I gotta say is, you know what? If you wake up one day and say we're going to invite you to said partner program, I say take it. Because really, what's the point of being an affiliate on goddamn Twitch if they're not going to take care of us affiliates? I mean, they more so. I mean, I get it from a business standpoint. They're more so focused on partner streamers, and that's fine and everything else. But you know, I mean, it's like, bro, why make us affiliates if we're not going to get the same love and care that you're giving to said partner streamers, and all because we're not making money, you know?
Right.
Like, I mean, yeah, sure, we're not making as much money as Twitch partners, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's like we're still here, we're still streaming. I mean, you gave us a sub button, goddammit. You gave us the ability to earn through bits and everything else. I mean, it's like, bro, like, come on now. It's like you hold a spotlight over your Twitch partners, and again, it's not a bad thing. It is a good business standpoint, but at the same time, I mean, like, where's the spotlight at for up and coming streamers, you know, via, you know, Twitch affiliates and everything else? I mean, do something to, you know, to your damn algorithm and everything else. I mean, I don't know, man. It's like there's a lot of things that partner streamers have that they said that we affiliates are going to get, and we still ain't got yet, and I'm still waiting on it. You know, like the whole boost feature and everything else.
1 second. I can't hear anything. I can't hear you guys at all.
I can hear you though. No.
I don't know. I was talking and I heard you guys before. I don't hear anything now. I'm going to drop and come back.
Hear you.
Yeah, I know you can. I can't hear you.
All right.
That is some booty.
All right, so she's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if that works.
That's weird. Discord spazzed out there for a second.
It did that. It did that to me also. Like, it does that to me every now and then sometimes.
Like, as soon as Omega started talking, I was like, that's weird. Why
weird.
All right, so before everything dies, would you like to give us any closing statements, Lizzy?
I mean, outside of the usual, be good to each other, be good to yourself, shit like that. Support your non-popular people. And you know what I mean. Share their shit. Like it. Even if you ain't got shit to say, pop in the stream. Say hi. Literally just say hi. Keep the stream non-muted, but mute the tab. Have multiple tabs open. If your PC can't handle that, I don't think I have a solution for that. Yeah. You got your phone, you got a tablet.
No,
don't sit there. Yeah, don't sit there and think to yourself, oh, that's a lot of extra work. Because if it was something that you wanted to do and wanted people to support you, hey, guess what? Guess what the fuck they ain't gonna do? Because I remember I keep tabs on that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, fucking, like I said, just be better people. Wear your fucking mask. Wash your hands. Get your vaccine. Be nice to black people. Support a Palestinian. Fucking stupid asses.
Where can everybody find you at, Liz?
Woo! I got a lot. There's a lot that they can find me at. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Saya May Cry. That's SAYA May Cry. That is my official cosplay stream page. You can find me on Instagram under the same name as well. That's where I usually post all of my cosplay pictures, you know, progressive stuff, things like that. I promise Urbosa will start. I do really there is a lot of logistics things that me and Chums are going through right now. That's not really conducive for me to start a cosplay right now, but I will get to a point. I'll try to do some small stuff. I can't really say what it is just yet because it's kind of just up in the air. Okay. But you know, just give us energy is all of what I ask for that. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/LizzyTomania. That's Lizzy2Mania, T-O, not the number 2. I also have a Twitter of the same handle. If you don't already follow me there, I don't advise that you follow me there because I got a mouth. If you feel
Don't
some
do
kind
it.
of way, you will get blocked. I feel no qualms about it.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
I mean, that's facts, but go ahead and do it. Go ahead and follow.
But and if you like it a little, you know, a little more relaxed, a little more. Look at Jake. A little more.
The same thing that I've been plugging for a year
A
now.
little more sultry, a little more if you're into ASMR, if you got some kinks that you'd like to work out. If you enjoy Evelyn and think that you would like to see a little more of Eve, I do have an OnlyFans.
That I've been
Which is
plugging this shit on stream for a year now.
God. It's onlyfans.com/Lizzy's Sweet Nothings.
Go ahead and check that out. We're gonna have all links down in the stream. All right, so go ahead. S-Fangs, go ahead. You have anything else to say?
No, not really.
All right, so go ahead and give
S-Fangs
us.
has been quiet like this whole fucking time, dude.
He's been enjoying and listening to everything.
He's absorbing. That's what he's
Yeah.
doing. He's absorbing the knowledge.
I
S-Fangs,
totally wasn't just on Facebook liking everything.
you motherfucker. All right, S-Fangs, go ahead and give us a send off.
I got one for you.
Motherfucker.
I got one for you.
What I said last time?
You have. Come on, give us a send off. It's
Okay.
been 3 episodes now. You gotta have something.
This is the CommonHeads. You can find us where we link in the description below. I'm SFangs, Twitter /SFangs69, Twitch S_fangs, and YouTube SFangs.
Yeah, there you go. Cheesecake, go ahead and give us a send off.
And look, you're gonna find me at Facebook, at TikTok, at Twitter.
Oh, I
And
do have a
Instagram.
TikTok I don't fucking use.
You will find me at all that stuff. Just look for the Cheesecake Man. YouTube is being real funny because apparently I have to earn my custom URL, but I will eventually.
Big grip.
I will. You know,
Wait.
yeah, I will earn it. But
Yeah.
until then, you know, if you're looking for content from yours truly on YouTube, just look up the Cheesecake Man. Make sure there's a space in between the cheesecake and man, you know, your search bar. Send off, man. Just look, if life is bad, go eat a piece of cheesecake, preferably strawberry, because it's the best. I don't care what nobody says.
Lizzy, go ahead and give us a sound off.
What's higher than the top? That's me. Come take a look before falling at my feet. That's all I got.
You guys got her ads. I am IMC_jkidd. Either way, you can find me everywhere on that name, all on Twitter, TikTok, even on Twitch. Until next time, guys, take care, everybody. Peace and love. Too sweet.
Oh, I'll see you all at 7 p.m. tonight. It's Overwatch
Yeah,
night.
Yep, it's Overwatch night over at her
It's
channel. Make sure
Overwatch
you all
night.
following her.
Yes, I forgot.
Make sure you guys are following her. on
Overwatch
Twitch.
anniversary event has started. So that will be me and my boys over at These Are VG, who are actually streaming right now. They're a bunch of white boys, but we support them because they support me. So
Mhm.
support the white boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all, everybody have a good night.
Got you.
See you guys later.